Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Know Before You Owe. I'm here with AK Lalani, and he's with Rollout. Rollout is an amazing technology company, and I'm excited to share more about AK's story. So a lot of people don't realize that when you have integrations with technology, they all don't talk together. They don't all communicate clearly. Like your iPhone doesn't connect with your BlackBerry phone or your other technology. So I know BlackBerry is an old term, but I would love AK for you to share more about Rollout and how you've created this really cool, amazing innovation and how it's going to affect companies and people in the future.
So I'll maybe start with like the high level of what we do today, right? Which is we build what we call a universal API. And our goal is you connect once to our API, and that lets you be connected to all the different systems of record, all the core software that your customers use, whether you're you're serving agents, brokerages, teams, or you're even on the mortgage side and title side, right? And so we will connect to all the mortgage CRMs, real estate CRMs, transaction management software. We're adding LOSs, title, production systems, and our goal is really to connect the dots between all those tools. So that's a little bit about what we do today, but yeah, there's so much history in integrations. Where should we start?
Yeah, so it sounds like the most simple integrations in the past would be engineer over here and engineer over here working together to decode or recode systems to connect. Is that how that kind of started and evolved?
Yeah, I mean, like today, the process, if you're a prop tech company, what actually happens, right? You build an amazing piece of software, you go to market, you're selling to, let's say, agents, teams, brokerages, LOs, and at some point someone says, hey, look, you have a great point solution, but I already use this CRM here. Can you connect into that so I don't have to, be in multiple tools, or, I don't have to recreate my contact records. Like, I just want it to all work seamlessly and flawlessly. And that's when, your engineering team gets the ping. Hey, we need to go build out, let's say follow-up boss integration, right? Or a Lofty integration or something along those lines. And now they're scrambling, they need to get the CEO involved to go get a partnership agreement with these guys. They need to go build it out and figure out how to go test account and go through the entire process. And, every integration is different, right? Every single one is going to make you do different things. Like a Lofty is going to say, hey, you need a SOC 2 compliance certificate, right? Someone else is going to give you a different requirement set, right? Some of these guys will take 6 months to sign a contract, and you have deals that are kind of like stalling. And so that's where we come in to try to solve that problem, where instead of, having to fret, having to spend 6 months and all this engineering time building the integrations, you connect once with us. It takes, if you have a follow-up boss integrations, it takes about an hour. If you have no integrations, it takes about, a few days, max a week. And you're up and running and connected to all the systems. And when someone asks you on a sales call, hey, do you integrate with X? You say yes and close the deal. That's kind of the way we like to, help our customers. But yeah, that's what happens in the background when you're just getting started.
So that's great to know, because it's almost like just-in-time connectivity. Like, I don't know what I need to be connected to, but I want to be prepared and be ready to be able to integrate with everybody. That's powerful. And especially in a fast moving environment like mortgage, like real estate, like insurance, you have a lot of markets that move quickly. And sometimes an opportunity might be there tomorrow, but be gone 6 months from now. So being able to pivot to different elements of technology are also important. And that's really powerful that you can say yes and not have to be waiting 6 months for a change order to be signed or some RFP to be signed, or wait for the two attorneys to get together to battle out the red line, so to speak. You can do it right away. And you said as little as like the same day. Is that really true?
Yeah. So what we do for every category is we choose the most popular piece of software and we mirror their API. And so, because then everyone starts with, let's say the follow-up boss integration, right, within real estate CRMs. There's like 400 of these companies that have already integrated with them. And for them, now the task is, let's go turn on integrations with long tail of the real estate CRMs. And we basically make it a 20-minute effort because we mirror that API product or API shape. And so we do the same within all the other categories that we've added as well.
Wow, that's huge. So again, it should be less of a interruption to my business if I was to go want to get on a new CRM or new point of sale or whatever it might be. I can do that really quickly. So even if I wanted to try it out and say, I'm not sure if this new CRM is the best one to use or best technology tool, it's almost like a real-time interview, so to speak, right? I can go try those tools right away. If they don't work, I didn't send my engineering team off for 8 months to build something out. I can pivot and shift quickly, maybe even to a competitor if I found that there was a better integration. Is that kind of a simple way of looking at this?
I mean, your customers are definitely able to switch tools very easily, right? Once you integrate with us, you have all the top integrations already available there. And so your customers could switch between anything without having any loss of experience. So yeah.
Wow. And you went to school at Stanford, obviously, here in the Bay Area. And tell me how you had a vision for this. Did you see this as a need for you personally, or was this like a vision before this is now reality?
We started off building a white labeled Zapier, actually. That was our initial product vision. And the reason why we wanted to start with that is we saw time and time again, when you had like a Zapier integration, you would have to, as software builders ourselves, you'd have to send your customers to a third-party platform where your customers manage their integrations. It's limited in scope and what they can do. It's not a great UI experience. They have to manage payments and all of that with a third party. And that's money that you could, as a software company, be also earning. And so, there were all these like frictions with it. And we said, look, the best integration experience is, hey, you have a SaaS product. There's an integrations page. You click. It's a one-click integration, and it just works the way you want it to. How do we deliver that? And so that was kind of the initial impetus for it. Once we started getting customers and traction, what we found is, even within real estate, we would have customers that come to us. And, I think Curb Hero is like one of our early customers that actually had this really great thing where they had the rollout integration on top and then the Zapier integration on the same page at the bottom, except when you click the Zapier one, it sends you off page, et cetera, et cetera. They basically came back and told us, hey, there's like 10x more usage with the top, with the rollout integrations, and we make a ton more money because those customers retain longer, they're more sticky. And that's when we were like, there's a big pain point to solve, especially within real estate. And that's kind of where the initial focus came. And I think that's just been the early growth story for us within real estate and our eventual expansion there.
And for those in our audience that don't know what all these terms mean, from Zapier to everything else we're talking about, the simple way of thinking about it is, in the past, you'd have to have like an operator, like an old pack bill operator between one caller and the other caller to translate those things together. And so it was really inefficient. And sometimes this caller would be talking a different language than this caller over here. So trying to keep those all updated in one environment is very difficult to do. But AK and his team have done an amazing job of really making that a seamless thing for the consumer or the company or the user to be able to feel like they can turn on something pretty quickly, which is really powerful.
Yeah, we try to make things easy for the end users.
What are you excited about in the future? We always like to talk about the next pieces of this journey for you and the next things you're excited about. Can you share some things that you think are really powerful that you're focusing on in the future? Is it AI? Is it other things?
Yeah, a lot of our focus right now is AI enablement, right? So there's a lot of excitement around AI. People are building a lot of cool things with it. But when you look at what they need to make a successful product, it's three things, right? One is they need the best models, right? So they need the smartest foundational models, whether that's like your open AIs, like new GPT-5 or Claude or whatever it is, right? The second thing is they need the best kind of, what I call a client. That might be a technical way of saying like the best web app or the best mobile app, or the best interface, right? To, help with these daily workflows. And then third piece is the context, right? And so if you are on the lead gen side or, nurturing lead side, for example, you're going to want the full context of who the customer is, what you've done, the interactions you've had in the past, what conversations you've had with them, etc. And so, look, you're going to go to a third party for your models, right? For a software company, we want them to only focus on that. Like, what is the right interface? What is the best mobile app, web app, whatever that experience is. And then, we want to help enable them with the context and not spend forever trying to integrate and get all these, different data pieces from the core tools that their customers are using. We want to make it plug and play so that they have that context and enabling that within like an AI, the AI context is less about APIs, it's more about MCP. And so there's a lot of innovation and things we have to do there. And so, yeah, there's a lot of really exciting things that we're powering now that, more and more folks are talking about, but there's a lot of cool stuff happening there.
Cool. And you guys are based in Texas, if I recall, is it in Austin or where are you guys located?
Yeah, we started off in Austin. Our team has unfortunately become kind of widespread. Primarily still within Texas is our, biggest kind of our nexus. And then we have folks all over the US and now in Europe as well. So
very cool. And so if people are thinking about you and like what type of clients you could help, are you looking just in the real estate sector right now? Or are you looking to expand that? How would they get a hold of, how would they get engaged with you to make sure that they know what opportunity is with Rollout?
Yeah. I mean, I think the customers that we've made very successful have historically been very real estate focused. Increasingly, those same customers are selling into mortgage. And so we see ourselves adding a lot more mortgage capabilities as well. And, I think a lot of our customers that have been the most successful tend to have, they're somewhere on that lead funnel, right? They're trying to basically help their customers who are, whether they're agents, brokerages, teams, LOs, lenders, make more money, capture more leads, nurture them further. And so we tend to find our capabilities just very well aligned with helping them get the right context, the right data for that.
Very cool. And I have a lot of respect for you because it's really fun to watch you be at events when people were like, you can do that? Wait, that's possible? Oh my gosh, I don't have to hire $100,000 of staff to implement this. This is crazy. So it's going to be awesome to see what Rollout does. I'm a big fan, obviously. Admire your company, admire you as a human being, obviously. And it's going to be really cool to see how Rollout can make things quicker and more efficient and be less of a barrier to entry to make shifts and pivots. A lot of people get trapped in their tech stack, so to speak. They can't pivot. Maybe they like one feature of their tech stack and they either have to choose all of those things or none of those things. So I'm excited to see Rollout really take that to the next level and connect these other things that are best of class into one API that will allow me to pick and choose the best pieces of every technology that I want to use to make the consumer experience better, drive more value, and hopefully a better solution for my clients. So I really appreciate you being on today. AK, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And for those that want to learn more about Rollout, we'll make sure we have some stuff in our posts to make sure you can reach out to AK and his team. And AK, anything you'd like to end with by any chance?
Well, thanks for having me, and love to chat, obviously. But honestly, I think the interesting thing is you have the most diverse perspective of being primarily lending and real estate, and like kind of having seen the full transaction as well, right? I think it'd honestly be really fun to hear like where you see a lot of the technology in this market going, right? Are we going to see more best-in-class tools? Are we going to see more like platforms? Are we going to see more people choosing different pieces and putting them together?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the local portals. So like my company has a local experience where we have like a tool belt around that client to give them all the services they want. And then working with the bigger national portals, the Rockets, the Zillows, those companies all have scale. So I think you have to have a local experience where it's all about those, again, relationships in the community, and then have that drive to the bigger experience for, like I said, scale, pricing, and better offers. If you have both those, I think you win. It's not going to be one or the other. I think it's going to be both in the future. And so that's why I really love Rollout, because it allows little guys like myself to be able to be big and scale big, like those big, huge behemoths that have billions of dollars behind them. And that's what I love about this industry. I love always learning and growing to make a better experience for the client. It's overwhelming, right? A lot of times you can always find another app for an app, or my ideas can have ideas. Yeah. And sometimes technology can be also overwhelming. So I appreciate you making it so easy to roll out. And anyone else that's in a situation where they're looking to grow their tech stack, Rollout should be your first call to see how easy it can be to make you say yes versus no. And thank you again, AK, for your time today. Look forward to seeing you soon. Yeah. For all those that have liked our show today, please like, subscribe, and follow us. Know before you owe. Thanks again, AK, and we'll see you real soon.